tell from the pocket. Butters tried to sum it up, and he did. And that is a really strong effort in the air.
Duursma, and I'm glad
everyone's admired this year. 7-11 for the year. So accuracy hasn't always been his thing, but that is the bow and arrow.
So he's going to take the shot from 35 metres out on the boundary. Goes for the big banana, and if you don't mind, go for the quill, and go for the arrow. You deserve it, son. Well done, Xavier. He held his bottle, not only with the kick, but also with the celebration.
By Port Adelaide.
Marshall it was.
And Marshall handballing. Now West off the finishing kick. Lovely ball. What a kick that was. Sensational to the youngster in Duursma. With just a 20-metre kick here to make it goal number 5 for Port Adelaide. He's excited by that.
Up long, Robbie Gray might stay down. Marshall goes up, makes a contest. Gray did stay down. Ryder went and got it. Hands it up. Outside of the boot. Duursma! All the young kids are firing.
Hey, Zave, how you going?
Good, thanks, Cubes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly. We'll get it started for you then.
Beautiful, mate. Where is he?
No, sweet. We're being joined here by Port Adelaide superstar Xavier Duursma. Zave, thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Cubes. Thanks for having me on. Cheers.
All right. So 4 years ago, you were drafted to pick 18 in the 2018 draft. What was it like being picked up by the Power round then? Did you have a good inkling that you were going for the Power, or were you like most people weren't sure where you're going to go?
Yeah, no, I didn't exactly know where I was going to go, mate. But yeah, it was good though to go in the end to Port Adelaide, and I've obviously been very lucky here. So yeah, I didn't quite know where I was going to go. I thought it was between Port Adelaide, Adelaide, and GWS.
So since you've been joining the Power, what's it been like so far in the first 4 years there? You would have loved it so far?
Yeah, mate, I have been very lucky and enjoying it here so far, which has been good fun. So obviously, yeah, we've been a pretty decent team for most part of it, so it's always been good as well.
So the bow and arrow celebration, where did that come from? Was there any inspiration? Was it anyone in particular that you got it from, or was it just a celebration you just thought and pulled out when you started your career?
Yeah, mate, it was a bit of a thing that I love the NBA and that type of stuff. So obviously, Jamal Murray, he's been one that I certainly have liked watching for a long time, and yeah, he kind of does it. So yeah.
So obviously the trade period just wrapped up yesterday. It would have been great seeing Jason Horne-Francis coming from the Roos and Junior Rowley come from the Eagles. You would have been happy with those two coming in?
Yeah, for sure, mate. I think it's really exciting. We have obviously got some really good pickups in the trade period, which is pretty exciting. So, yeah, I think Jason is really obviously a number 1 pick and very exciting to have him at the club now. So, looking forward to getting the same with Junior Rowley. I think he's obviously a premiership player. And yeah, I think he's going to add a lot to, both of them are going to add a whole lot to our team this year. So, very exciting.
So with those two guys coming in, what positions do you expect to play mainly? Guys, you've been through a few areas this year as well. What position do you want to try and lock down this year, or be a bit more versatile as well?
Yeah, I've been definitely playing a lot through the wing. Yeah, I think that's where I definitely want to make sure my position's held there, and then obviously see how it kind of goes through there. But I'll definitely want to start there on the wing.
Obviously, with Carl Amon obviously leaving, that obviously opens up that position a bit more. What expectations do you have on yourself and the club for next year? Obviously, just missing out in finals this year obviously wasn't the greatest of start, but it started to pick up from then. Would finals be a fair expectation for next season with the additions you got in already now?
Yeah, I think that'll be a definite expectation. I think we know that we're good enough. We had a bit of a lapse this year, but I think we will definitely be able to get ourselves back into the final, working hard this pre-season to get there. And then personally, I just want to make sure that I hold down my spot on the wing and play some good, consistent footy.
Now, I have to ask this. Now, obviously, with the trade period done, did you have any form of or did your management have some form of contact with any other clubs that were trying to poach you out from Port Adelaide?
I think that's just their job, mate. I think they always have to ask questions to the manager, etc. That's just what happens with every club. They're always going to be asking your manager, etc. like that. But yeah, I was never going to go anywhere at all.
Let's answer a few questions from a few people here. Who did you barrack for before you were drafted in the AFL?
I went for the Brisbane Lions growing up as a kid.
Yeah, very good. Sorry, what was that? Who was your favourite player?
Simon Black and Jonathan Brown and Michael Voss.
Very nice. Just going through a few questions here. Some people say they get their inspiration from your bow and arrow celebration. They seem to do it themselves. I'm just trying to see a few questions here. So, yeah, who's the most important player at the club that's helped you out through your job? So you've been from Victoria. So who are some of the people that helped you get through from when you drafted you and helped you get through your time so far at Port?
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously been plenty of players. I think Travis Boak's a really good one. Steve Motlop as well. I had a lot to do with him in my first couple of years, especially just helping me encourage, take my game on and stuff like that. So, and Robbie Gray as well. So, yeah.
I must be proud to see your sister get selected for Port Adelaide women's side as well, and then have a debut not too long ago.
Yeah, it certainly was. She's done really well. She's had a lot to juggle. She's still doing year 12 at the same time. So, yeah, so she's had plenty of stuff on her plate, but she's done really well. And to be able to see her get a few games in this year has been really exciting.
Obviously, your draft year, you always had Rosie and Butters as well. It must be great to play alongside some guys like that. And obviously, they had probably so far in their short careers so far, they've must have had exceptional years this year.
Yeah, mate, they've been fantastic. It's always good fun running up beside them, as well as the rest of the boys out there. So, yeah, I mean, Connor had an amazing year this year, and Zach's been a very good player as well for this whole time. So, they're only going to keep getting better. So, yep. If
you had to pick one player that loves the camera and loves the limelight, who would you pick and why for that?
From Port Adelaide, you mean?
Yeah.
Who loves the limelight? I have to say Zach Butters. He loves it.
If you had to pick right now, Mitch Georgiou's also got Mark. He was very rapt to see him get that honours as well.
Yeah, that was pretty good to see that. Mitch is always taking big hangers. So, yeah, it's very good to see him jump up and get another one.
I was going to wrap up with that, but I'll add another key. Jase Burgoyne's joined in, just commented that you love all the limelight yourself. He said, not Zach.
Thanks, Jase. Yeah, you could actually say the same for Jase himself. He loves a bit of the limelight.
Yeah, clearly, that's why he commented then. But, Xavier, I really do appreciate you coming on. I know you're busy and got some things to do, so I really appreciate you coming on, and good luck for next season with the Power.
Thanks very much, mate. Cheers. Have a good one.
Thanks, Xavier. You too.